What's up, y'all? I'm AJ Simmons, and let me tell you, listen, I done failed in business so many times in the past, but now I'm a little bit more successful. And the reason why I started being successful is because I started making some changes in my life. So today, I want to give you 10 tips for ensuring your success in business so you don't have to go through the hardships and the failure that I had to go through. At least I can help you try to avoid it, all right? So here's 10 tips. Tip number one is this. Turn off your notifications, okay? And I'm talking about on your cell phone. Turn off all notifications, all of the distractions, all right? I'm talking about your Facebook notifications, your Instagram notifications, your email, yes, even your email. Turn off all notifications. That way, you won't be distracted, okay? And I'll get into later how you can still stay on top of your things later down this list. But you don't need any distractions, okay? Because every single time you got a notification at the top of your phone, it's human nature to be anxious to go see what's that notification. And you're supposed to be focused on one thing in your business, but if you got this new notification or this new message notification from somebody, you can't help but to go look at it. Then that throws your focus off, okay? So you want to stay focused and turn off all notifications. Only notifications I leave on is my messages, my text messages, and my calls. And my calls are screened during business hours. Only my wife can get through, and certain emergency family members. But for the most part, most people can't reach me during the day, okay? Not by calling me. You have to have a scheduled phone call with me, all right? That's just a way for me to stay focused, all right? Then as far as emails, I only check them once, twice a day. Make sure that you try to limit how many times a day that you're being ping, all these different notifications, all right? Because it'll throw your focus off, all right? Now, tip number 2, make goal lists, all right? So write down your goals. First, do one for the whole year. Then do goals for the month. Then do goals for the week, okay? And just list them out. Maybe, and try to keep them short. Maybe 1 through 4, 1 through 5, something like that. But you don't want to have a long list. So this is basically a to-do list, okay? So, but you want to make it instead a goal list. So you want to look at, because if you make a to-do list, it could be so long. You know what I mean? You got to brush your teeth. You got to wash your face. You got to do this, you got to eat lunch at this time, and all these different things, right? So you want to make a goal list, keep it at 5 or less. If you could do 3 or 4, that's even better, all right? And when you do that and you break it down like that, you'll notice that when you look back after a month or look back after a year, you will have accomplished a lot because you made goal lists and you were checking them off as you get them done, all right? So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, feed your brain with positivity, motivation, educational stuff, okay? I've been stressing this since God knows when, since 2014 when I first got on YouTube, okay? I am always constantly non-stop listening to educational podcasts, motivational videos, all of these things all day long. So if I'm in the shower, I got some Les Brown on or somebody. If I'm sitting in my desk working on my computer, I got some type of interview, of some famous entrepreneur, whether it's Jeff Bezos or whether it's Bill Gates or Steve Jobs or whatever the entrepreneur, you name it, I'm listening to it, okay? Different interviews of these people discussing how their mindset works, how they run their business, how they do, what their daily routine is, all these type of things. Always feed your brain. And just positive thinking in general, you'd be surprised how thinking positive can take you such a long way in business, okay? So non-stop feed your brain. If you're driving in the car, why have on, a rap song that's talking about the great women every single time you're listening to it? Because it's feeding your brain, even subconsciously. Even if consciously you wouldn't do the things that that's in that song, your subconscious is still being fed that information. So instead, why not throw an audio book on? Why not throw a motivational video on? Why not throw an AJ Simmons video on as you drive, right? So that's another tip that I wanted to give you, okay? That's something that I've done and it carried me a long way, and even today I still do it, all right? Tip number 4, unfollow people. Simply unfollow them. A lot of people always say, I don't like Facebook. Facebook's too much drama. No, your Facebook is too much drama. My Facebook don't have anything but my Clean Business Network group members on it, okay? You know why? Because I unfollow every single other person up there. I don't care if it's my mom. I don't care if it's my cousin, my sister, my brother, whoever, unfollow. Why? Did they do something so bad? Did they post something so horrible? No. I just don't have time to see it. They might post a picture from a cookout that they went to, and then that might make me feel like, oh man, why I ain't go to the cookout? You know why? Because I was probably working on my business, which I probably was better suited for to do that day anyway. If I wanted to go to the cookout, I would have went to the cookout, right? Or whatever the case may be. The bottom line is you don't need any distractions, because if you got your loved ones up there that you every single time you click that blue app or you click that Instagram app button, then you know what happens? You're being distracted away from the actual thing that you're trying to accomplish, which is build your business, right? And so again, because this channel is for entrepreneurs, all right? We got to stay locked in. We have to live a completely different type of life than the rest of these people. So you cannot waste your time and spend your energy focusing on the wrong things, all right? So make sure that you simply unfollow people. That makes it a lot easier to not keep clicking that app, okay, or those apps, all right? You want every single thing in your life to be aligned with what you're trying to do. Whatever your goal is to accomplish with your business and with your life in general, you need every single thing around you supporting that, all right? So make sure that you unfollow those people that you don't need to be following if they don't align with what you're trying to do, all right? Tip number 5, exercise, all right? Wake up, get that body, get the blood flowing. You know what I mean? Stay in shape, because again, if we building this business and we trying to get all of this fortune and stuff, what good will it do us if we can't even walk straight without a wheelchair or without a cane? You know what I mean? What good will it do us if we got high blood pressure or we got, any type of health condition? So make sure that you work out. And then also, because I know me personally, when I work out, I think of some of the best ways to improve my business, all right? So working out can also be a form of meditation where you can clear your mind, think more clearly, and you can get some new ideas to implement in your business, all right? So definitely work out, all right? Tip number 6 for you. Check your money often and also set money goals, okay? So what I like to do is I have a whiteboard, and what I'll do is I'll make a little barometer, I believe is what it's called, and I'll set little money dots on the side, and then I will scribble up. As the more income I bring in every month, I scribble up and try to get to the goal that I set for myself each month, all right? So set money goals, and then check your bank account daily, okay? Check and see what's going in and out, what transactions have happened, see what you're overspending on. Maybe you could, spend more on advertising, whatever the case may be, but always keep an eye on your money and track these things, okay? So when you set those money goals and you scribbling up, also track this stuff, okay? Track and see, okay, where are the sales coming from? Maybe you got more money coming in from residential cleaning this month than you did from commercial. See what caused that. What campaigns are you running? All of these different things, all right? But track your money, personal and business-wise, all right? Stay on top of it. And tip number 7, it kind of goes hand in hand with tip number 4, which was unfollow people. But tip number 7 is limit your time on social media, okay? So that's why I told you unfollow these people. But then also, why? So you can limit your time there, okay? You know that on these apps, you can go inside your settings and they'll show you how long you've been spending on social media. And I'm telling you now, if you got more than 30 minutes on any one of those individual apps per day, then you definitely need to cut back, okay? Limit your time. So it's like you got the real world to live in. You don't have time to keep watching and scrolling like aimlessly for no reason. You know what I mean? It's almost like zombies. We're sitting here and just watching, and you can't even walk down the street anymore without looking at your phone. Some people can't even drive without checking their phone. I had somebody work for me one time, and they were going around cleaning a building, and they're holding their phone, looking at Facebook in one hand and trying to wipe down in the other. It's not going to work. Okay, simply not going to work. So limit your time up there. Don't become addicted to this stuff, okay? Use that stuff for your benefit to promote yourself and promote your business. But that's it. You know what I mean? Don't limit your time up there. Don't let it consume you, all right? Create more than you consume. That's one of my things I always try to tell people. Create more than you consume. If you're going to be up there, be putting out things where you're selling what you have versus buying what somebody else is selling to you, all right? Tip number 8. Trade money for time, okay? In other words, systemize. So don't be afraid to hire a VA or hire somebody to come work for you, or hire employees, or pay for a software program that can save you some time. Whatever it is, automate, systemize, get things so that way you can get your time back. Because again, money is just paper, okay? Money is not the real value. Why money is important though is because it can get you things that really are of value, okay? So make sure that you systemize and use your money to put systems in place so that way you can free up your time to do other more important things, all right? So systemize. Trade your money for time, and don't trade time for money, which is what a lot of employees do, all right? As an entrepreneur, you have to value time more than you value money, all right? So trade your money for time. Then tip number 9, track those systems. All right. So once you put the systems in place, once you got the employees working, once you got the new software program, go back and track it. See if it's effective. Okay. See if it's actually worth the money that you're putting up. Make sure that these cleaners are actually cleaning the way that you want them to clean, right? Make sure that your inspector is actually inspecting. Make sure that they're stocking the rags and the spray when they go to clean or whatever the case may be. But make sure that you're tracking whatever system that you create, all right? And make sure that they're effective. Create spreadsheets. One of my favorite things to use is Google Sheets. I have so many different spreadsheets and trackers that I've created just so I can monitor every single thing in my business and know, okay, well that's losing me money here, or that's making me money there, or that employee is doing an excellent job making phone calls when they're cold calling, or that employee over there is doing excellent doing this, or blah. You know what I mean? So just track your stuff, okay? So that way you can stay on top of it. You don't have to guess or go off of who got a complaint last month, or you think somebody's the best and then the whole time that person been slacking because you're not tracking it, okay? So make sure you track your systems after you put it in place, all right? Now, tip number 10, clean your email, all right? So listen, a lot of people always have like thousands and thousands of unread emails, and you got the discount store emailing you stuff, and you got somebody email list that you subscribe to, and now they emailing you promotional offers, and then you got clients in the middle of all that, and you done missed out on bids. You can't even find them because your email is cluttered, all right? So this is what I did one day. I just went inside my email and I just hit clear all on every single one of them. Then as each new email came in, I opened every single one of them up. And if it was spam, I went down to the bottom and hit unsubscribe on each and every one of those promotional type emails. So that's number one. Number two, every single time that I finish reading or I reply, I swipe it to the left so I can go ahead and archive it, all right? So archive all of that stuff. Keep your inbox as clear as possible. Declutter everything in your life, and not just in your email. I mean, even your surroundings, your bedroom, your office, wherever you work at, whatever your workspace is, your car. Try to stay as neat as possible, because that right there, just decluttering your life will help you think more clearly, okay? So try to do your best to stay as organized as possible, and especially your emails, okay? Because you could be missing out on opportunities simply because you have too much junk crowding up the actual golden nugget inside your email inbox, all right? So declutter your email, all right? And then here's a bonus for you. The bonus is compare, okay? Compare. And I know a lot of people say don't compare to other people, this and that. I agree with that. You shouldn't compare yourself, because you'll drive yourself crazy, and everybody got their own journey. But if you are competitive, which most entrepreneurs are, it's okay to be a little bit competitive and pick somebody that's kind of at your level or just a slightly ahead of you, where you can compare yourself to, so you can know how you're doing and what you can work on, or maybe you can take some tips from that person, all right? But either way, it's okay to pick somebody out, use them to your benefit, to compare yourself and see how you're doing, and then maybe you'll pass them and then you pick somebody else to kind of compare to, or you can just use them as a gauge. I'm sure that Kobe Bryant was comparing himself to Ray Allen because they were drafted in the same draft class. They played at the same position with the shooting guard, and so I'm sure they compared themselves to each other, but they both were working hard on their individual goals and on their individual games. But you still had to look to the left a little bit, look to the right, and say, what they got going on over there? You know what I mean? So don't worry so much about competitors and all of that, but at the very same time, don't turn a blind eye to it either, because you could always learn from other people. So those are my 10 tips plus the bonus about how you can ensure your success and build these success habits, all right, to help build your business and be successful with your business. So thank y'all for watching. I'm AJ Simmons. Hope that this video was able to help you. And if it was, make sure you subscribe, hit the subscribe button, and also click the notification bell so that way you won't miss the next video that I put out, all right? Thank y'all for watching. I appreciate you. Talk to you soon.